Hello. Probably I need to show my face also. Probably.
Oh, masih pakai webcam.
Oh, nggak bisa ya.
Cuma. Tidak. Nah, tuh, sudah aja nggak lo?
Hello, Alison.
Hello, how you doing?
Hello, Alison.
Hey, can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay, yeah. I can hear you clearly. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you so much for, wow, you have to stay up late for this event. I really
know, I
appreciate
actually just got off work, so.
Okay, we are about to start our session today. Yep. Wow, you look great. What is the picture behind you?
It's a painting by Leonardo da Vinci, woman with an ermine. It's one of my favorite paintings of his that isn't really well known. So I have it posted in my room.
Wow, nice.
Yeah. She kind of looks like me too, which I think is the reason why I like it so much.
Yeah. Okay, then we are going to start pretty soon. I would just want to greet everyone attending the session virtually. There are about 38 people out. Okay. We are going to start pretty soon. Thank you so much for coming to this event.
Sir, presented by English Language Education Study Program. Let's order our street photo of thanks and keeping. My name is Oka.
And I am Delano. I'm going to greet you all at our second training event. And I'm beginning my line.
Hi, everyone here. Nice to see you. And so when I say let us speak or participate online. Hi, everyone there. Hi. Can you hear our voices? Yes. Please turn on your mic.
Let's assume that they will be up there.
Yeah, can you hear us? You're afraid that you can hear us, so this is like we just want to confirm whether you can hear us or not. Maybe you can give us your reaction, or maybe you can turn on your microphone.
Yeah, very good. Very
Yeah.
good.
Uh-huh.
You are.
Everyone.
Right?
Oh, great. Yeah. Okay. Okay, good then. Great. So everyone, online and offline, you know that today's event is going to be very exciting, right?
Why? We will have study sessions with our special guests. Who are they?
Mhm.
You'll find that very soon.
Yeah, okay. And before we start our event, so we'd like to invite Mr. Ka to lead the opening prayer. Mr. Ka? Okay. The floor is yours, Mr. Ka.
Okay, now I will invite you to sing our national anthem, Indonesia Raya. And for the on-site participants, please stand up. Okay.
After this, we are going to have summary meeting, and for the first meeting, we'd like to invite Mr. Johansson from PhD as the head of the department. So, Samuki or Mr. Delano, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Ms. Okay, everyone, are you excited? Yeah, new student experience is a matter of first of all, I would like to give a gratitude to the team of Secretary, represented by Steve PhD. I would like to tell biggest benefits to the perspective of Council General of the United States, and then by Google. And I would like to thank also our speakers for today. We have Dr. Guru Vidan. Yeah. And then the second one is from Texas. Is Allison Stick. Allison. Sorry, South Africa. Family name. Yeah. He was a friend of mine. I was doing program. So I did. Well, as you know, learning language that also makes learning function. Okay? Because language itself is embedded in the function. So as we are all English speakers or prepared we need to be aware of the content within the language, but we have also to develop kind of intercultural understanding. And we are really happy today, especially for 2020. This is a special cohort. Yeah. Very few in number, but we've got two international students there. Yeah. In some way, this gives you exposure to other cultures. And then this is part of our department efforts to develop the intercultural learning. So we conducted and also are going to conduct some cultural events. Last month we had Halloween. It's pretty scary. And today we are having Thanksgiving, and the following months we are going to have Christmas celebration, right? And in addition to Christmas, we are going to celebrate other holidays, the Chinese New Year, also our New Year. So this is part of our efforts for the department to engage with all, not only students, but also we have also alumni, yeah, of our department, and we have also teachers who are doing the professional program in our department. I also invited previous students. Thank you so much. Some previous students also attend our event. So hopefully everyone here will enjoy. Yeah, unfortunately, only those who come to the on-site activity will enjoy the turkey there. Yeah, my wife tried to bake it for for hours. Hopefully, it's but sorry. Well, we are not. She's not a professional chef, so whatever the taste is, enjoy that. At least, he's the only one who gets to cook the turkey. And last but not least, I would like to express my biggest thanks to all assistants of Willy, Bosa, Pena, Dr. Francisca, yeah, also other students who will be really working hard for this event. I hope that everybody will enjoy this event and success. Thank you.
Thank you so much for having us. And now, we would like to invite the team of the faculty, represented by Mateus Judas, human member team, to give the environmental. Thank you and welcome everyone here in the room and also those who are in the room. So thank you so much for spending your time for our celebration today, our Thanksgiving. This time is a time of thanks. So first of all, thank you so much, Pak Nugroho, the head of the department, Pak Nugroho, the representative of the US Consulate in Surabaya, and also all of you welcome here to the English department. So first of all, the dean of the Faculty of Teaching Education cannot attend personally here. Probably Pak Guru there with you in June, but Pak Guru asked me to represent the stage. So the Faculty of Teacher Education has three departments or three other programs. First in the department that now having celebrating today. We also have early childhood education and also the physics department. And for professional program, we have TTC or teacher professional development program for English education and for physics education. So if you are not from Media Mandala, I hope our introductions will it means that our English department here is having celebration, the Thanksgiving celebration. So once again, this time, difficult time of pandemic, we still be able to thank to God, thank to those give us the opportunity to grow together and do them together, and once again having this celebration. So with that, and let's celebrate it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for Marius for the greetings. And now,
Yeah, so we already finished all the greetings, everyone. And we are going to have the sharing session, right? And for the first sharing session, actually, I'm wondering, why do Americans celebrate Thanksgiving?
well, I'm not really sure. Maybe some of the listeners should know.
Yeah.
I want to ask you a question. Do you know the meaning of Thanksgiving?
Any idea, everyone? Or maybe over online, happy people. Any idea? Who knows the meaning of Thanksgiving?
Do you know the meaning of Thanksgiving?
Oh, no one. And because no one answers in why, I think it's better for us to let's find out and find out the answers from our first speaker.
Wow. So now, join us live from Texas, the United States of America, an experienced EFL teacher. Here is Miss Alison Sigler. Hi, Sigler.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Can you hear me?
Hi, sorry, I'm getting a slight delay, but hi.
Oh, yeah, that's lovely.
Yes.
Yeah, and also music therapy from our deeper appreciation, because actually, guys, you know that it is almost 11 p.m. Almost 11 p.m. almost midnight, but this element figure is the time to do this. So can you give applause to this?
I'm sorry, could you say that one more time? I couldn't quite hear everything.
Okay, sorry. So are you ready to?
Oh,
Okay, good. So, Jonathan, the time is yours.
so well, thank you for having me, for asking me to come and talk about Thanksgiving here in America. They're a little presentation to kind of give you a brief history of what Thanksgiving has been in America, kind of how it started, how it became an established holiday, and then sort of some of the things that we do now in the present day that might not seem like it is the same as the way it was in the past. So if we look at the first slide, this is an image of what most Americans think of as the beginning of Thanksgiving. And what you're seeing here are the pilgrims who came from England to the New World. They're the ones in the hats with the ruffles and the dark colors. If you go back, yeah, there you go. And then the ones with the feathers in their hair and the most of their skin exposed, those are what we would call Native Americans. So the pilgrims came over to the what is now known as America in the early 1600s, but the first colonists did not arrive until about 1620. And these colonists did not know how to farm. And they came thinking it would be very much like England, the land they left, and they weren't fully prepared. So many of the colonists did not survive the first winter. However, they were in luck. One of the Indian tribes that was nearby actually had a member who spoke English and was able to translate between the Indians and the Pilgrims ways to help them farm. So the first quote unquote Thanksgiving was a way to show appreciation for what the Indians had done to help teach the settlers how to farm and basically how to survive in the United States. But it was not an established holiday. It was not something celebrated every year until 1863. And that is where we get to the next slide. And that would be Abraham Lincoln. He is one of our most famous presidents. He was the man who first proclaimed the last Thursday in November as a national day of thanks. And he did this in part because we were in the middle of our Civil War, where our country was literally fighting itself for a particular way of life. And he saw the devastation and the toll that the war took on the American people. And he thought that having this day of Thanksgiving would be a way for people to sort of think about what they did have rather than what they did not have and the loss that they had. So in 1863, October of 1863, he proclaimed the first day of Thanksgiving. Up until that point, not every state or colony had a specific day. They all celebrated at a different time. So he was the first person to say it must be on the last day or last Thursday in November to hold Thanksgiving. So if we go to the next slide, this pretty much stayed the same where it was the last Thursday in November up until the next president. This is a video. So I'm going to go forward and then go back if that makes sense. So we're going to go to the very next slide. There we go. Okay. So this is another president. His name, we always shorten it to FDR, but his name was Franklin Delano Roosevelt. He was our president during World War II. And he tried to change the date of Thanksgiving as a way to help move the economy forward, because we were still in the Great Depression And he felt that if he moved the day forward, he would give people a more opportunity to spend money for Christmas, because traditionally, Christmas shopping started the day after Thanksgiving. This did not work very well. And the date was actually established to be the fourth Thursday in November by Congress in 1941. So only 2 years later. So just a little bit of a tidbit. So it's always been in November since 1863. Officially, it became a national holiday where everybody could take the day off. In 1939 is when it tried to change. And then 1941 was officially when it made it to its current date. And it has been the fourth Thursday in November ever since then. So if we go back one slide, it's a short video from Prager University, and it talks about how the holiday actually started. And I think they do a good job of explaining it a little bit more than I can.
Massachusetts, in the autumn of 1621, 53 men, women, and children celebrated their first harvest in the New World. The great Indian chief, Massasoit, brought 90 of his men to the 3-day party. From all reports, a good time was had by all. How did this event, which happened almost 400 years ago, become a part of the American story and our oldest national tradition? Credit goes to many people, but two stand out. One you know and one you should know: Abraham Lincoln and Sarah Josepha Hale. More on both in a moment. As a religious people, Americans have always had a keen sense they have been blessed by Providence. The Pilgrims certainly felt this, and so did subsequent generations, including George Washington. Washington was the first president to declare a national day of public thanksgiving and praise. But it wasn't until the Civil War that the idea of a National Day of Thanksgiving fully took hold. In the autumn of 1863, at the height of the Civil War, when Americans were bitterly divided, Abraham Lincoln nevertheless called for a day of national thanksgiving. Lincoln began his proclamation this way: "The year that is drawing toward its close has been filled with the blessings of fruitful fields and healthful skies." This was an extraordinary way to characterize 1863, the bloodiest year of the war. But even in the midst of a civil war of unequaled severity and magnitude, Lincoln continued, the nation had much to be thankful for and much to look forward to. The day was coming when America would again be united and experience, as Lincoln put it, a large increase of freedom. It was a profoundly hopeful message, reminding Americans of their nation's capacity for renewal. Lincoln's decision to call for a national Thanksgiving came at the urging of a far-sighted and persistent magazine editor who believed such a celebration would have a deep moral influence on the American character. Her name was Sarah Josepha Hale. More than any single person, she is the reason we celebrate Thanksgiving today. By the 1840s, many states had established an annual day of Thanksgiving, but the date varied widely from state to state. Hale saw the value of a day in which the entire nation celebrated as one. For 2 decades, she conducted a campaign to consolidate public support for her idea. As the influential editor of one of the most popular periodicals of the 19th century, year after year she wrote columns making the case for the holiday. She published fiction and poems with a Thanksgiving Day theme, and she offered her readers recipes for traditional Thanksgiving dishes, such as roast turkey and pumpkin pie. And by the way, she also wrote the nursery rhyme, "Mary Had a Little Lamb." Presidents Zachary Taylor, Millard Fillmore, and Franklin Pierce, to whom she had written letters, showed little interest in her cause, but Lincoln saw its potential. His proclamation was the first in what became an unbroken string of annual Thanksgiving proclamations by every subsequent president. Congress finally sealed the deal in 1941, when President Franklin Roosevelt signed legislation making Thanksgiving an official national holiday. Lincoln and Hale believed the act of expressing gratitude had tremendous healing power. In his Thanksgiving proclamation, Lincoln spoke not as commander-in-chief of the Union forces, but as president of the entire nation, North and South. He made no reference to rebels or enemies. Rather, the president spoke of the whole American people. It's a message that resonates today when Americans, even within families, are divided over issues of politics and culture. Thanksgiving, our nation's oldest tradition, brings us together just as it brought the Pilgrims and Indians together in 1621. Lincoln said it best when he called on every American to celebrate Thanksgiving with one heart and one voice. Thanksgiving gives us a moment to focus on the blessings of being Americans, on the prosperity, security, and freedom we enjoy. If Lincoln could focus on these blessings in the middle of the Civil War, we should certainly be able to do so today. Here's a suggestion. At this year's Thanksgiving table, ask everyone to spend a minute to say what they are grateful for. I suspect you'll find your guests will have a long and eloquent list, and if they don't, you can help them out. Suggest they start with family, friends, and living in the freest country in the world. After all, if we don't give thanks, what's the point of Thanksgiving? I'm Melanie Kirkpatrick, Senior Fellow at the Hudson Institute and author of Thanksgiving, the holiday at the heart of the American experience, for Prager University. Thank you for watching this video. To help keep PragerU videos free, please consider making a tax-deductible donation.
All right, you don't have to do that. But what she said gave us a little bit of a better idea. Currently, how we view Thanksgiving in America is not so much as a religious holiday as more of what we would call a secular holiday. So if you go forward 2 slides, there we go. This is what many people think of when they think of Thanksgiving dinner, and it has been a tradition since the 1840s, and definitely in 1863 when Lincoln first established the holiday. A turkey is used in most part because it was a way to keep the herd healthy by getting rid of some of the birds so the others could live. That is the main dish. Side dishes can include mashed potatoes, what we call a green bean casserole. There you go. Corn, carrots, stuffing, which literally means it is a bread mixture that is put inside the turkey as it cooks. And then after the turkey is done cooking, you would take it out and you would serve it as a side dish. Cranberry sauce, either freshly made cranberry sauce or cranberry sauce you have in a can, bread, gravy, and then your dessert dishes, which might include an apple pie, pumpkin pie is usually used, sweet potato pie, and pecan pie. And in many places around the US, this is what people will be having for dinner on Thanksgiving. I can attest to the fact that people start planning these dinners weeks in advance, especially when they have to cook for many, many people. And so they get their turkeys really quickly, and there's a set system. Normally, families will pick one person to host the dinner. It might be the same person each year, it might not be, but one person is put in charge of just the cooking because the cooking takes multiple days. It's quite a feast at the end. Where I live in Texas, though, we like to do things a little differently. So if you go to the next slide, instead of turkey, this is what we might have. And this is what we would call brisket or barbecue. Texans love their cows. They love to eat their cows in many different ways. And brisket is the way we like to eat it the best. It is a specific cut of meat towards the top and the middle part of the cow. And this meat is cooked over a low fire for at least 12 hours. and is seasoned with seasoning on the outside of the meat, as well as sometimes injected into the meat. If you get a good piece of brisket, you will never, ever forget the brisket. It is definitely an experience. I do recommend, if you have a chance, to try barbecue. This is what I will be having tomorrow, because it's still the night before for me. I will be having this tomorrow with my family. I will be going over to my cousin's house. She is our designated Thanksgiving dinner person. My family will be bringing the sides, or some of the sides, I should say, to help contribute, but she is the cooker, and she will be having some brisket for us to eat tomorrow. Sometimes if people can't have a turkey or brisket, another option is ham, and that usually is a sort of a backup meat. We like to also have ham for Christmas. So for us, that's what we do. And there's always a moment during dinner where we will ask everyone around the table what they are grateful for and what they're giving thanks for. And it's just a way for us to reflect on what has happened in the last year, things that we care about, people we care about, and we vocalize that, and we want to give thanks and give our respect and love to them. So not so much a religious holiday as it might have started or might have been originally envisioned, but it's still a day where we come together and we do give thanks for what we have and for the things that others may or may not have. We try to help them out as well on that day. So thank you very much. And if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. I did put this little bullet point list at the end, so you guys can take a look. As a side note, and it's the first bullet point, sometimes people who can't be together with their family have what's called a Friendsgiving instead of a Thanksgiving. And so it is a large group of friends who come together and they have the Thanksgiving dinner with their friends. So if you can't be with family, you can get together with friends and have a Friendsgiving. So just a little bit of a bullet point list for y'all to read and to have for later.
Okay, question. Question from on-site or maybe online participants?
For our online participants, if you have any questions, feel free to raise your hand, and then we will choose you and we will call you, and you can give your question.
Sure. We have a question. No. Yeah, Anki, you want to ask?
And listen.
Yes.
Participants might not be familiar, like colonists, pilgrims, Native American. Would you give some more information about that? Thanks.
I'm sorry, about which again, Mr. Noogie?
There are some terms that participants might not be familiar with, like pilgrims, colonists, and then natives. Would you explain that to us?
About the side dishes, or?
And I'm not talking about food. So,
Okay.
talking about the historical parts, there are some terms that participants might, Indonesian might not be familiar. Colonist, Indian colonist, and then pilgrims,
Pilgrims, sorry. Sorry, so sorry. Sure. Okay. So the reason we call them pilgrims is because the first place that the English came to in America when they first started to colonize was a place called Plymouth in Massachusetts. And they took the name Pilgrim from the place where they first landed, so the Plymouth Pilgrims. They also think of it as a pilgrimage in one respect because they were leaving England because they felt that they were persecuted for their religious beliefs, and they wanted to start a new life in a new world where they could practice their belief without being jailed, being put to death, being kicked out of their town or city. So they were making a pilgrimage to a new place. I call them colonists because they were not native to America. They came to colonize, they came to establish a new home. They did not ask the Indians for their permission, nor did they have a very good relationship with them after the first few years. So I sometimes use pilgrim and then sometimes also use colonists to describe them because that is sort of what they did. They built colonies, small towns on land that they took by force from the Native Americans and then created a government based on what they had prior to in England. So I'm sorry if that was confusing for everyone. But yeah, so I might use those terms interchangeably, just because I'm used to one and I'm also used to the other.
Thank you.
Okay, the next comment. Maybe one question from me. Okay, Ruth was asked, I have a similar question ever. Maybe it should come to me first. Okay, the serious one. Serious question. Do you like Thanksgiving?
Do I have what?
Do you like Thanksgiving? Thanksgiving Day? Do you like
I
it?
do. I love turkey. I love my turkey. I like my brisket, but I like my turkey more. And I like the feeling of being with my friends who, because I have lived around the world, my friends are my family in one respect. As Mr. Noogie knows from our time in Ohio, our friends were the people that we talk to and we spend the most time with. So most of my Thanksgivings have been Friendsgivings, and I enjoy the company, a chance to spend time with my friends and to give thanks for having them in my life, which has always been very important. So yes, I do like the dinner, the food part. I love the food for the most part, with the exception of cranberry sauce. I hate it. I think it's horrible. I'm a little bit alone in that respect. But I also like the dinner itself because I get a chance to tell my friends how much I care for them and thankful that they're in my life.
Okay.
Thank you for your answer, Mr. Gore. Now, yeah, we still have one question.
Hi, how are you?
Fine, thank you. Just one simple, perhaps a silly question that perhaps I missed. Why is turkey used as the spicy dish? Whether, other
That's a really good question, actually. Why not something else? I actually don't think that the original Thanksgiving had turkey, and they had deer. They had other meat, not turkey, the first Thanksgiving. By the time the holiday was established in the 1800s, the 1860s, there were a lot of turkeys around, and it was a cheap meat for people to either buy or to hunt and kill. So it made that transition from a fish or a meat, a red meat of some kind, into turkey, because then it was more accessible for people who did not have a lot of money. Additionally, the turkey, if depending on size, at least for us, you can eat turkey for an entire week after Thanksgiving because there's so much meat. So that was another way that we made use of the turkey. It was one meat, but we had enough meals for 7 days.
Okay, thank you.
Yep, no problem.
Thank you for the sharing, and we still have one more question, right?
From our lecturer here, Pak Nolan,
Yeah.
to ask, in your presentation slides, there is a picture like a Pocahontas to involve. Is Pocahontas a fiction figure or historical figure?
Pocahontas is real.
Oh.
Pocahontas, it was a real person. The Disney movie did not actually happen, but the person, it's herself, she was a real person. She really actually did go to England to meet the Queen of England, and she was presented at court. She did marry John Smith, and then she divorced him and married somebody else after. And then she died fairly young because she caught tuberculosis in England and then made it back to America before she died. So Pocahontas is a real person. She was not alive during the time of the first Thanksgiving, but she is a real person. She is celebrated as someone who tried to make peace. But the Disney movie was a little bit wrong in that respect. It didn't quite happen that way.
Yeah, actually, before I thought that Pocahontas is only fiction. Yeah, so this is a new thing for me too. Yes.
No, maybe the other question?
No? Okay. So, Mrs. Lord, that's all. That's all you share.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it. And happy Thanksgiving, everyone. I'm very thankful that you asked me to come talk, and I wish you the best wishes for the next year.
Yes. Thank you. See you in our next lecture. Thank you so much once again. Now, okay, so we already talked about Thanksgiving holiday. Actually, I have one question. Okay. Okay. My question is, do you have Thanksgiving in Indonesia? I mean, like, do we celebrate it in Indonesia?
I don't know the participants, do you know?
For our own side, if you ever celebrated Thanksgiving here, no, never, you need to. How much something you have couple? Have you ever celebrated Thanksgiving here?
In Indonesia, right? No.
Oh, you know, okay.
So why don't we join this sharing session?
Second celebration is related to how we can celebrate Thanksgiving in our country, Indonesia.
Well, now we invite our beloved lecturer and today's speaker, a former visiting scholar of the Ohio State University, USA, Dr. Ruru Hindari.
Hi, everyone. I hope you are able to listen. It's
Well, if you're talking about the term Thanksgiving, that is an expression of our gratefulness to God. Yeah, you're right. That in Indonesia, there is no special Thanksgiving day like what in America. Now, however, we see the relevance and also the similarities between Thanksgiving Day celebration in the US and our traditions. Let's look. Yeah, okay, it seems that the operator can make to face the Google. Okay, so this is a big look at the relation Thanksgiving relations. As we know, in whatever religion, there is something that is very important for us to do is to thank God. That is something universal. And in Indonesia, especially in the Japanese culture, I believe you know Mr. Selamatan. Do you know Selamatan? Yeah. Okay, I believe many of you know what Selamatan is. The essence of Selamatan is actually the same as Thanksgiving Day to express our gratefulness to God for our safety and also for His protection and also the welfare that He has provided to us. Now let's come from the prehistoric era. Yeah. At the time there was no religion yet. There was no religion yet in Indonesia. What we had at the time was only animism and dynamism. Yeah. I believe some of you still remember what people do in animism and dynamism. Can anyone tell me what people do in animism and worshiping? Anyone can tell me? Yes, yes, okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I cannot do very well, but I can see your gestures and your expressions. Yes. That's right. Okay, great. Thank you, Kevin. Yes, you're right. So they believe there must be a certain guardian, in any place or anything that is big, that is huge, like banyan tree, for example, a mountain or a river, for example. So people in fact worship those things because they believe there is a spiritual power behind it. That is before the coming of religions in Indonesia. And then in the first century, please, in the first century, yes, the coming of religions to Indonesia. In the first century, Hinduism and Buddhism entered Indonesia or began to spread in Indonesia. Yeah. So Hinduism first, and then Buddhism not long after. And then later on, in the 3rd century, Confucianism also began to spread in Indonesia. And then later after that, in the 13th century, Islam, that is now a major major religion in Indonesia, to Arabic merchants. And then later in the 16th century, Christianity began to spread worldwide from Portuguese traders. Okay, next please. Now, I'd like to know whether you still remember this term, students, accountation. Accountation, you still remember this term? Yes, what is that? What is that? Accountation. The definition is not always like that. You are free to give the definition in your own words. Come on, what is accountation? Yes.
I think it's about using different type of culture together.
Again, using more than one different forms of projects. Okay, good. Yeah, that is the idea of calculation. As you know, our background is animism and Hinduism. The development of religions in our country, the first was Hinduism, and then later on in the 13th century Islam also. Then a calculation happened. So it's a kind of a mixing between two different or even more than one. It can be more than two, cultures. So Ramadan is an example of a tradition resulting from a calculation that still exists until today. Now, perhaps at home, in your family, perhaps your grandma still does this, or at least your neighbor, if you happen to be invited. Okay, so again, so Ramadan is actually a form of cultivation. Thanks. What is Ramadan? Yeah, as you can see on the slide, this is a Japanese ritual that is usually led by a local religious leader according to the religion. So it depends on the religion, which is then followed by having special meals together. Okay, so the ritual with prayer, of course, because it is led by a religious leader, then there must be some prayers. The ritual is intended to have safety and protection from God. Besides, it is also an expression of gratefulness to God for the welfare and blessings He has given. So, although we don't have any special Thanksgiving Day or any Thanksgiving celebration, actually we often express our gratitude to God and also our hopes and our prayers to God. So this is the common view of Selamatan. View of Selamatan. There are many components over there that are very, very common in Japanese culture. Okay, next please. This is a clear example of Kumpa. In an American Thanksgiving, you will have special dish consisting of mashed potatoes, turkey, and also the pumpkin. Here in Japanese culture, we also have a special dish for Selamatan that is called Kumpa, on rice. Why is the rice shaped that way? Why not the reason? Why? Can you try to share your interpretation? Why there is the meaning of the shape of the phone rice. And over there you also chicken, vegetables, meat, and also fricadelle. Fricadelle is also made of fresh potato too. So there is so it's variety. Fricadelle. Okay, next please. Yeah. Okay. Now when do people conduct health? Oh, sorry, polls. Yeah. Because there is an expression of this God and also people's hopes and wishes. Then it is done in any important stages of life, like from birth, wedding, and death, and also many other big or important events. And just from birth, just from birth, there are so many kinds of semantics in Japanese. I guess you don't know this term, in this village of this term. That is even before the birth of a baby. Yeah. In the 7 months pregnancy, there is a certain ritual that is called in the family. So you can see in the picture the pregnant lady, is surrounded by the parents and also their seniors to do certain ritual. The purpose is, you can guess, the purpose of in the fund is a kind of wish on hopes or prayers to God that the pregnant lady and also the coming baby will be safe and healthy. So that is for the safety and protection of the mother as well as the baby. And then what about really born baby? This is like a different, although it is also like it is called Brahman. The term Brahman originally is from Arabic and then it is transferred into Japanese, and then it is pronounced as Brahman. Again, this is a kind of Christian of thanks to God that the baby has been born safely. You see, there are no vegetables in there. There is no, not much, but more vegetables in there. Yeah. Next, please. Then the baby is approaching 40 days. Yeah, so it's around 35 days old. There is another ritual that is called Samapana. That means 35 days. So usually in this ritual, there is hair cutting ritual, what you see in the picture. So some months of this is a little part of the baby's hair is cut. What does it mean? What does it symbolize? The hair cutting ritual. What is the purpose actually? What does it symbolize? Anyone knows? Ritual. Yes, anyone? And yes. Okay, yeah, because it's really a job. Okay, so hair cutting ritual is going to release drive away fat from the baby. So that the baby will live healthily and safely. Yeah. Okay. On the right side, you have some dishes. We were So this is also the everyone. So as we know, in red and white.
It's okay.
Yeah. Okay. So we have the red and white orange is the essence of life because of the body consists of blood and bones, red and white. So that is the essence of life. And then later it became our national flag. Our national flag, red which means rich and white means one. Really only, yeah, something like that. So we need to, okay. And when the baby is getting older, more specifically on 8 months years old, there is another ritual which is called sitat. CP means ground on land. So it is the first time for the baby to touch the feet or to touch to step on the ground. You can see the picture over there. The first picture is the royal family in the Jakarta. And then the picture on the right side is a picture of the celebrity that you must know. But I believe you know that. Yeah, that is Assam and Amsi. Amsi at the time was still 7 months old. Yeah. So it is good and it's very remembered on the home. And then down there on the right side, there is merah. So that is the typical fish for babies ritual. Next, please. Now we come to the nights. There are so many kinds of Ramadan as we have discussed, and there is another form of culture which is called Brisket or feeding village. It is related to adult belief for daily sleep. In Java, daily sleep is believed to be the goddess of rice. You know, that our society originally was agricultural society. Yeah? So most of people at the time were farmers. Most of the ancient people used to be farmers. And that's why fertility is very, very important. And very sleep was believed the goddess of rice or baby Adi that symbolized happiness and fertility. That's why some places in Java still do this celebration at certain times, like what you see in the picture. So people bring the natural resources in a kind of procession, yeah, and then not only that, they will gather and they will do during the Ramadan, they eat meals together, and they will also perform what is called kind of a traditional dance. It is believed, again, it is believed that the soul of Devi is internalized in the dance, so that it influence tradition of the land in the it became fertile. That was believed. Next, please. This is a procession. This is a procession of Brisket. Many people paying the offerings and also villagers used to lay stand along the way towards the procession. Yeah. So it looks like an office. What kind of office do you think this is? But what is the location here? Yeah, it can be somewhere on the yeah. So the head of or the chief of the village, also the chief of the district. So they give them the offerings, they pray together, and then of course later they eat together. That is also a manifestation of thanksgiving. This is the third example of Thanksgiving celebration that happens to be the tradition of East Java Christian Church, or KKJV, the Church Christian Church, that happens to be the denomination. Now, so again, so or campus, you cannot say downloading. You cannot say downloading a celebration. No. This is campus holiday. It's also called offering holiday. The Hari Raya Persembahan in the church, East Java Christian Church, in which the congregation also gave offerings. It used to be in the form of natural resources because again, our ancestors were mostly farmers. So they could grow rice and then vegetables, cookies, or whatever they had from home to be given, to be collected at the church. But nowadays, there is no big deal. People can bring anything like electronic appliances, painting, strong pieces of cloth to be auctioned first. Around the chip, and then later the money is collected as a compliment. There is twice a year in KKJ. This is also the kind of effort to preserve a form of Japanese. This, you can see here, there is a very old church somewhere in Montoano. Montoano is here, here to Montoano. So you can see the picture of the natural resources that are offered by the congregation. There are some pumpkins also. If you can see, if you watch it closer, you can see the pumpkins over there. So pumpkins is not only for American Thanksgiving, but also for Indonesian Thanksgiving. There's carrots, berries, and whatever are the natural resources. Okay, next. Some pictures. This is the procession. So you see, young people dressed in Japanese traditional clothes, bringing the offerings. Usually, they walk some kilometers around the church. Often they want several times and involved in such a procession. Next picture. Yeah. So, probably you remember the Bokan in Bali. Yeah? In Bali, you have the Bokan. The Bokan is also food arrangements. That is also one kind of offering. So you can see onions, garlic, and also cheese, and carrots, and cucumbers, and many other vegetables. Well, so those are the examples of expressions of Thanksgiving that exists in Indonesia. Yeah, okay, that was when I was involved in the last Thanksgiving or in my last month. Okay, thank you.
Welcome to the Indonesia. Maybe you have a question? Yeah.
From online, and then offline also, you want to ask some questions.
Yeah.
We focus on the two kids to be okay. So, thank you so much for the very okay. So actually we have this kind of similar celebration in Indonesia. Yeah, and we call it time. Okay, thank you so much. Now, we have another sharing session, and for the sharing session, we'd like to invite Mr. Budi as the cultural affairs assistant of the Consulate Surabaya to give us the valuable information about the programs presented by the UN Consulate. Pak Bubu, yes, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Wow, it's been so long for me not to spend meetings like this. It's a bit, I cannot listen to patient. So, good afternoon, everyone. It's really nice to see you, meet you in person. I would like to thank Yogi for the invitation and all the lecturers here from the English Language Education Study Program and also from the team of the faculty. So, I'm Kubu. That's my nickname. You can call me Kubu. You can also read my short bio. I used to work at a university and Teams Academy. And now I'm currently working as a cultural affairs assistant and yes, Consulate General of Surabaya. You can go directly to my presentation because I really cannot wait for the 30th to read. The last time I enjoyed my Thanksgiving was 10 years ago when I was at college. So I still remember at the time when I was in college, there was a Thanksgiving celebration. As an Indonesian, I didn't bring anything. But then I just realized when you came into a celebration or Thanksgiving celebration, you should bring something to share. And I studied American studies. So today, I just got two beautiful sharing from Alison and also from Amy. So thank you so much. I would like to present what I'm doing at a consulate, which will be very useful for the students who are attending this session and also those who are staying at home safely. I say hi to all of the participants in the virtual. You can greet me, right? Because this is something that perhaps you will also miss from having in-person session. Okay, let's start there. Yes, actually, I'm working in public defense section working in the Indonesian language humas dengan masyarakat, and here is the team. I would like to introduce actually the head of the section, who is Ibu User, the public affairs officer. Unfortunately, she could not come to this event because actually today is our, not our, yeah, American holiday. So basically, I overcome you. Saya guru itu. So by attending this event, actually, I took my time. And that is not the main point, but the main point is, eventually user say or apologize because she forgot come, and we still have something. Although she could not join to this plan, so please enjoy the video from the end user as the next.
Hi.
Yes, that's like an also. Please enjoy the video. Mas video, while the video is playing, would you know? Is it video?
Hi, I'm Angie Mazur Kapala Humas at the U.S. Consulate General in Surabaya. Thank you so much for inviting me to join your Thanksgiving celebration this year. I'm so sorry I can't make it, but wanted to send this video greeting to you. Thanksgiving is an American holiday, and what we do is we come together with family, friends, lots and lots of food, of course, and think about what we're thankful for and give thanks for all the blessings that we have. And this year, as I reflect, I'm thankful for the health of me and my family and my friends. I'm thankful for the community that I have around me and those who have been supporting me and who I've helped support. That's really something that has come through over the last year and two, when we sort of have seen that we've gone through ups and downs, that we're all coming together. And I'm just really so thankful for this community, this spirit that has helped keep each other going. So that's what I'm thankful for this year. Again, I hope you have a wonderful celebration. I'm so sorry I can't make it, but I'm thankful to be part of the Surabaya community this year, and I hope to see you soon.
Yeah, so that's the people from the user, the government officer. And in our team, we have the cultural section, and actually the me and my supervisor, UST, on the right side, and then the NG, and then we have the resources section, media, and there was me below UST, and next to me is Bapak Christian as the director of my Surabaya, it's like resource center, information resource center in our office. And the last one, we have our information assistant, Bapak ST. So in the cultural section, actually, I have three main responsibilities, which are taking responsibility for the exchange programs, cultural programs, and cultural engagements. So today is one of our part of cultural engagements, and also taking care with alumni union migrant. Next one. When we talk about the exchange programs offered by Department of State atau Kementerian Luar Negeri dan Kesehatan, we as opposed, yes, Council of Surabaya, we divide the programs into two general programs. The first one is the program that we organize, start from the information and the selection process, and also nice. And also the next one is the non-post managed programs. The post programs, we have three main exchanges. The first one is International Visitors Leadership Program, or IPLP. This kind of exchange is not open for public. We nominate those who are eligible to be nominated. So that's the first one. And this is the primary exchange program. And who are the alumni of the IPLP? I could name it, for example, Ibu Megawati, Bapak Delano. So it's like, yeah, you know, I also, Amalia, even the former national basketball team, they are the alumni of this program. And the second one, SUSI, that's the nickname, Study of the United States Institutes. And this one is semi-open for public. Why semi-open? Because we, once again, select. And this year, Media Mandala has an opportunity. We select Media Mandala to participate in SUSI Student Leader. So for the students, you guys can enroll, can apply. And I actually will talk about it later in my next presentation. And the next one, the exchange program is named YC, Your Southeast Asia Leadership Initiative. So those who are still 18 to 25 for the academic, for the students one, or 25 to 35 for the professional. Jadi kalau Anda sudah lulus, so if you have already graduated, you still eligible, you are still eligible to apply for the university for certain program. I will also talk about it later in my next slides. And the next one is about the non-post. Non-post means we are responsible to disseminate the information, but we do not take the role to have selection process. You understand? So we share the information, but we do not take the responsibility for the selection process. And we have community solution program or CSP. How do you access it? You have your cell phone on your hand. So just try to click IREX.org. And those who are eligible for this program, mainly they are active in non-government organization. And when you talk about the age, mostly they have already graduated. So it is not something like no problem perhaps, but it's after you graduate. And also similar to community exchange. Now I forgot the other two. The next one, more or less, the CSP and CE, they are similar in terms of community engagement. Now I remember, community engagement exchange. So when we talk about your activity on non-government organization and you improve, or let's say you want to develop your community, those programs are very good for you. The next one is entrepreneurship. This one is almost similar, but it is for professionals. What is the meaning of professionals? When you start working. So for the professionals, actually we have one speed for the professional and also entrepreneurship. The difference, as you made it now, if you want to access, you just try to click a+corps.org. The next one is for pride. Pak Niki is the alumni. Pak Mat is also the alumni. It has a lot of it, so many programs. Start from the degree program and the non-degree program. The upcoming one, I guess, is certification. It will close at the end of this year, so in December. And I hope you can access Fulbright website. And it's a great opportunity for you. The last one, it is the opportunity for the lecturers. US ASEAN Pacific Scholars, and it's also managed by the Fulbright. And as I informed by William yesterday, that there are also some high school students attending today's celebration. There is also exchange program named Youth Exchange Study. Oh, sorry. No, I don't forget the guys. There are so many programs and sometimes I the whole thing. So Youth Exchange on this program is dedicated to senior high school students. You may go to the United States and stay there for a year. So if you have brothers and sisters who are still in high school, please remember the keywords. Seleksi bina antarabudaya.org.id. Why? Because we only, as once again, we share the information, but if you want to go deeper, you have to access the website and contact the foundation who is responsible for the selection process until the departure. Until right now, these programs still have in-person program, which means if if selected, though they will go to the United States in this kind of circumstances. Okay, so let's go on the detailed one. Yes, the study of United States institutes, or we can SUSI for scholars and secondary educators. So actually, this one is for scholars, as I mentioned. SUSI is an open for public. So for the lecturers, this year is not for William but we will see in the next year. SUSI for scholars is 6 weeks, and for secondary educators is for high school teachers and high school principals. And once again, we nominate or we select the candidates. Next one, this is for the students. Next one, please. Yes, this is for the students, and you may apply. And we mentioned the contact for the Media Mandala. So if you are the Media Mandala students, Indonesian students, you have chance to apply for this exchange program. I know that you are still 18 and 25, you are eligible, and you are also, I think that you can speak English very well. You are the students of English language education program. And for this, for the topic, for Media Mandala is religious pluralism. So we are looking for communists from here, 2 best candidates. So if you are interested in my contact to do it now, the vice dean of Faculty of Communication. I also mentioned the email address there, also and the deadline is December 3. It's approaching, and if you are active in religious organization, don't miss this opportunity, because this kind of opportunity doesn't happen annually. We select, for example, this year Media Mandala. Next year could be one or another campuses in other districts. So do you understand? I would like to give you some additional information that even U.S. Consul General Surabaya has responsibility to cover 12 provinces in the eastern part of Indonesia, 4 province Java, Bali, West Nusa Tenggara, and East Nusa Tenggara, the whole Sulawesi, and the whole Maluku and the North. So we understand that we start this year, we select the university, next year perhaps we will not select the same one. And next one, YCE, it is launched in 2013 under Obama's administration. So this is combined with what we call policy from 101. And there are 4 big programs: YCE Professional Fellowship, Academic Fellowship, regional workshop or conferences and wisely sits for the future. What are the topics? Civic engagement, economic empowerment and social entrepreneurship, education, and environmental issues. Next. Yeah, I'd like to start from the professional pharmacy. For this one, it is for you if you have already graduated from your university and you work as a professional. So the age is 25 to 35, 5 weeks in the United States, building practical expertise, and so on and so forth. And I mentioned the website. The deadline for this term, spring. This one is the selection for spring. Spring 2022, that's already passed. That's already passed. So, next one. This one is for you, for the students. So, academic fellowship. You may pass this term, for spring 2022, but there will be fall 2022. Jadi ada spring, ada fall. Which means that if you have already passed this one, you have time right now to prepare. And how do you prepare that? As long as you are active, not only as a student, once again, you are active not only as a student, but you have something based on the topics that I have already mentioned. Civic engagement. So you are active in building the society outside your main rules here as a student. Environment and education and social entrepreneurship. One thing that is very significant after my context with Pak Mudir also from Media Manila. For these elections, finally we have some applicants from Media Mandala. Finally, we have some applicants from Media Mandala because in the previous elections that I live very close from here actually. So behind this campus, behind this building. How could that I live very close from this university, but no one applies from this program that I always promote to everyone. So at least this, I don't know the result here, but so far there are many applicants from Media Mandala. And hopefully the number of applicants from Media Mandala will increase for the next session, the fall. So prepare yourself well. What about the English one? No worry, because you are studying English. You are studying English, and you believe your English capacity, but many applicants they fail because they couldn't show their capacity in building the society and showing that you have talents in social entrepreneurship or in educational section. Your main role. Next one. For the regional workshops or conferences, the opening programs is not like the academic one. Sometimes I also realize regional workshop for Southeast Asia, sometimes for Indonesia. The last one that already passed was mental wellness prevention of mental excuse. And how do you access this information? Be the member. Let's remember the question from Google. How do we access the work programs of ICD? We need to be the member, and the answer is yes, but that's the main important step. After being the member of ICD, you will receive many information, many offers on your email. This is also one of the things. Many students nowadays they use emails for social media, but I really hope not you guys who are coming today. Use your email wisely. The next one. The next one is wisely sits for the future. This one is an opportunity for you if you want to apply for the grant on those topics. What is grant? Dana, So if you have project that you need strong support from the US government to improve the project that you have already, you are working on it, we are very happy to read and to process your application. So next one. Once again, I would like to emphasize the significance of being the member of YCE. Because if you want to enroll in that program, in those programs of YCE, you need to be a member. Next one. Yeah. So you have someone with you. Don't hesitate to access this link and be the member for free. Can you imagine? You sign up for free and you will have many opportunities behind you. The next one is cultural programs and engagements. And for example, last year we had Sapa Alumni program. So this is program that we the alumni, mostly from the International Visitors Leadership Program. So one of the sessions was with and this year, I really thank you. I really thank Budita and Lugi help me to share this event because I prepared this event very well. And I really love many students from Delano got the souvenir from us because they are very active during the discussion. I still remember I ended up I was the moderator for the two sessions, and one of the questions is, yes, for example, Tutu from Video Mandalina. Yeah, so this is interesting. In the past, we don't have. And because of this reason, I really hope if you have another program, please be active because we are being open for you. And the last one, my last, sorry, previous one, yeah. I'm responsible in alumni grants. So what is the relationship? If you are selected as one of the SUSI final candidate, or be the final candidate also for YCE, you will be considered as the alumni. It is similar like Pakugi. Pakugi is the alumni of the full degree program, Fulbright. And there is program from Fulbright. With this status as alumni of the United States programs, you have opportunity to apply for grant, alumni engagement, innovation funds, for example. Or every year we have opening for public affairs small grant applications. One of the examples here, we have alumni engagement innovation fund program with the alumni of the SUSI student leaders. He graduated from ITS, School of Member Institute of Technology, and he created or he established Science Hunter Indonesia. So he strongly developed the community of Indonesia through scientific activity. So having a scientific talk for the high school students, it is not only for the science students, but for all. That's his mission, and we support that. And next one, how do you contact us? Yeah, I know that there is a technology here. I do not forgive us for the wording. Actually, something like this, messed up like this, like that. So that's the information that you may access from our Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, email, and if one day we open for the public, we are waiting for your coming. So he is very close to me. Although, for example, and Councillor open here for the public, and I say yes. Is it okay if my students come to the office? Yes. As simple as that, as close as that. Hopefully the situation will get better. And the next one is our podcast program. As it is mentioned by the lecturers today, when we talk about American culture, it is something that unique to be understood. I didn't know, for example, you also didn't know that Mohammed is the real character. So if you want to know more about United States through their diplomats, we have podcast program that will premiere tomorrow at 12, at 14 at 14 p.m. by following the Instagram of my American Surabaya. We are going to have a live Instagram on this podcast, and the host will be UKWMS, hostnya yaitu UKWMS, and the guest is Bapak Jonathan Allen, our new Consul General. If you want to know him closer, don't hesitate to join tomorrow's live Instagram at My American Surabaya. Be a member, and we are waiting for you tomorrow. Don't hesitate to comment or ask questions wherever you want, because those who are lucky will get souvenirs from our office. Unfortunately, I don't bring today, but I bring something for us to enjoy. That's actually my presentation. Hopefully, it's 15 minutes. Yeah. Is that all? Okay, that's all. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the once again. The opportunity is widely open. You can visit your conference and remember to probably get involved in your events.
Yes, you're right. Those are like great opportunities for you guys. So you can find further information in that account, the social media account, and then you can register yourself as soon as possible. I am sure, we are sure that the department will support you for taking these opportunities.
Yes. So now, Paolo is here, our team is here. Paolo, probably, do you want to create us here?
So we want to welcome our team, the team of this faculty, for the faculty to the book.
Okay, thank you very much. So, good afternoon, everybody. The honor on this meeting about this transition from business, and then even Dr. Dari used to be a scholar who used to be university and started to grow from this country. All right, so we thank you very much for your coming back. I know that you are going to say, and also thank you for this event, right? We really appreciate this event when it was based in Corumba for us to give courses exposure to all the students and also to the from this department from the single high schools. Yeah? So this event for us to understand Sandu under the context of intercultural understanding. And thank you also for the courses. For the opening. All right. What is it? What is stand for? sorry, a program that is very open for all the student here. Okay, right. I see. Yeah. So this is offer not only to the student here, but also those joining now Zoom, as long as we can manage student. Okay. And then I also like to greet all participants in Zoom, Pak Nugi. I see that some of you from our postgraduate school, and then some of you are from city high school. Yes. So for those who are still at city high school, please join us with this department, and then you will be open to will access. Yeah. To join this program, and thank you. And hopefully, this is not only once and only digital, but movie can be and digital. And of course, we open our heart to the collaboration with your institution. Okay, so enjoy the session. Thank you very much for coming, and we are thankful for you being here because trust me, we miss you. We miss you all. Yeah, we miss you all. Yeah, almost 2 years, right? And even this from the first semester. All right. We still have met them offline, still online. And then method 3, 5, and 7, there are a lot of people who can push back using what is the protocol. And this session will give us opportunity to meet something. So thank you very much, Pak Mugi. Thank you, Pak Guru. Thank you for your experience sharing during your stay in the Ohio State University. Thank you very much. God bless you all.
And we want to say thank you to our speakers today. It's Cecilia, Guru Linda, and then because that time here in Talo.
Yeah, you're right. And now we are going to go to the next session.
Yeah.
This is the session of playing game. Yeah. So what can we have?
Another thing is excitement. We're going to play games to all here on-site participants. And maybe I would like to invite the participants, the students to stand up.
You can stand up as one. Okay.
Stand up.
And we try to guide you with the instructions. Yeah? So please pay attention. Please listen to us very well. Now we have 20 participants here on the offline. So we'd like to divide you into 4 groups, right? 4 groups. So one group shall consist of 5 students. Yeah? You can divide by yourself. Done? You can study your group. Okay, this was one group and then.
Okay, let's make it group.
Okay. One group consists of 5 students, right?
Then, which group? First group?
Yeah, 1. Okay. Now, this is the first group. Yeah, this is the first group. And you raise your hand. This one.
First group?
And then the name of the group is?
The name of the group is home.
Yeah, the name is on the table and paper.
Yes. Okay, second group. Second group, there. Your group's name is Faith.
Yeah. And then the third? This is the third? Yeah, okay, good. Yeah, you have one group there. So the name of the group is gratitude. So you have quite a table there. It's there.
The last group.
Hi, last group. It's on.
Jason.
Okay, so you have the first group, yeah? And the name of your group is?
Mercy.
Okay, Mercy. Now everyone, you can stop here. You can go back to your seat. But please stick with your group, yeah? You can go back to your seat, but please stick with your group.
This is near your group.
Near share your group.
Boleh dulu.
Tapi tetap berkelompok ya.
Ya, itu ya.
Now, if you want to move the chair, only you can
Yeah.
share your group. You don't need to move the chair. Yeah? Because we have to keep our front of you. Okay, thank you.
Okay. Next instruction. The game is called Make Decorating. A picture of the usual Thanksgiving meal will be shown.
Here is decorating. So you have to decorate the plate with the turkey. Yeah?
And something like this. And
The one.
yeah, this is usual Thanksgiving meal.
So this is only an example of how can you decorate your plate. But later, during your plate, yeah. But later, during the competition, you can decorate your plate and create it on the. This is only the example. Okay. Right?
Yes. Every group has only 5 minutes to decorate the meal. Yeah. And now the group must be divided into 2 mini groups. Within your groups, create 2 mini groups consist of 2 members and 3 members. The first probably 3 members. Yeah. And for the first mini group and the second mini group for 2 members only. Got it?
Okay, good. And then the first mini group will be given only 2 minutes. The first mini group will be given only 2 minutes to decorate the plate. And
Only
then
2 minutes to decorate the meal. Yeah. Okay. When the time is over, the second mini group, yang isinya 2 orang, there are 2 people there. Will be the first group's master visit for only 2 minutes. Okay.
And then after that, after you decorate your plate, then you have to choose 2 representatives of your group. Choose 2 representatives of your group to present your decoration.
Yes. The judges and the judges here. And then each group will be given only 1 minute. No longer than a minute to present. The presentation must be clear, short, but meaningful.
Yeah, you're right. Short, clear, but meaningful. Only 2 people to present.
Okay, so faith, gratitude, and mercy. First mini group.
For the first mini group, from each group, you can go to the table. Jadi satu mini group, the first mini group will take 3 or 2 students only. Right?
Oke, 3 orang misalkan dari misalkan dari gratitude dan lain-lain.
You can go to your table and find your Brisket.
Ya, ini yang prepare, jadi kan semua ke.
For our online participants, you can enjoy this game at the same time you are going to share our participants playing this game.
Okay.
Oh! Fun?
Ini punya apa ini? Mesin punya apa? Ini punya siapa? Tapi ingat ya, ini punya stand. Bukan ini aku.
Okay, now I would like to remind you, only 3 people from those groups yang boleh di sana. 2 people from the group, please visit. Wait. Halo. Hanya 3 orang yang diizinkan per grup di sana. 2 orang lainnya silakan menunggu.
So only 3 people from each group, yeah? 3 people from each group. And the rest 2 people, you can go back to your seat and then wait for your time.
Yeah. Do not start yet.
Please talk in English.
We prepare the gloves and the utensil stand. And use
Okay, group 1. For group 1. Hi, group 1. Only 3 students, yeah? The rest you can go back to your seat. Thank you so much.
Belum mulai ya? We haven't started yet. The timer?
Mrs. Ross, please prepare the timer.
Yeah, you can check first. 2 minutes.
Kamu punya ini buat apa? Ya, aku pengen juga video aja nge-vlog.
Okay, you ready everyone? Please raise your hand. Jangan cuma di atas. Yes?
Sudah start ya?
Raise your hand. You ready? 2 minutes starting from now.
With the online participant, you can see your friend.
Yeah, you can open it to unmute yourself and then give support to your friends here.
Halo.
2 minutes everyone. You can play as long as you want. You can be also using it.
Yang lain, dua yang lain tunggu ya.
Hah?
1 minute. After this, the next 2 people from each group, you can prepare yourself, yeah? Starting from your group, you can start with this one, yeah? Yes?
Yeah,
Please prepare everyone, please prepare.
Tiga lagu.
Iklim.
Hai.
Okay, yeah? Yang dua, you can prepare yourself, but do not do the isolation yet. Just wait for your time.
Okay, 15 seconds.
15 seconds left. 10 seconds left for the first minute group.
Okay, you ready?
5,
4,
3, 2, 1. Okay, so now everyone can go back to your seat and then this is the time for the second minute group.
Okay, sekarang langsung. Okay, stop.
The warning now. Yeah, the second good. So the rest, you can go back to your seat.
Okay, start now. Okay, 2 minutes. Mulai, silakan.
Only one.
Good.
Wow, thank you, Budina, for singing for us.
Oh.
For the second minute group, remember you have to finish decoration, yeah? So it is very hard to remember because you have to finish it. So you can say that later. You are already going to get here. See you decorating your frame.
Gak ngerti. Lah iku kok ngono iku kayak padet ngono. Iya, ben-ben iso padet ngono.
Okay, now 6 seconds left.
Lah iki kase gambar.
40 seconds left.
Okay, for online participants, you can see in your screen now that we have our friends decorating their frame. Wow, the turkey looks very delicious. Thank you so much, Budina, for cooking for us.
Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Raise your hand, everyone. Okay. Thank you so much. Now, it will be your time to prepare your presentation. Yeah?
We will give you only minutes. Choose 2 representatives to present your meal.
Okay.
A minute. Start from now.
1 minute, everyone. Hi, can you hear us? Hi.
Hi.
Okay, yes. So now you can prepare your presentation. Huh? 1 minute, and then you can choose 2 people only to present your results.
Okay. Probably all of you, please be seated here. Mungkin dulu ya. Dulu.
You can discuss it in your seat, yeah?
Yeah. A minute.
1 minute to prepare the presentation.
Oh, boleh nyampe.
For those who will not present the results, please go back to your seat. Everyone, for those who will not present the results, please go back to your seat.
Okay. Here it goes.
Jason and the president, you can go back to your seat, everyone.
3, 2, 1. I can let the judges see your results.
Yeah. We will give time for the judges to score your technique, decoration. And now, everyone here, go back to your seat, please. Bye. Thank you so much.
Okay, here are our judges. Yeah, here are our judges.
Yeah, so we have 3 judges, as you can see there. We will have our speakers and the faculty to score your rating, to score your inquiries. And we have also a free wow, we are with our Turkey and we're going to have our meal after this. It was so delicious.
Okay. That's it. Probably they need time.
Yeah. So can I know what rating for the judges? Can I know for group 1 who will present the result? For group 1, who will present the result to people?
Will you present it?
Oh, I'm asking on my this one. You can raise your hand. Okay, thank you. For group 2, 1 and okay.
Okay.
Good. And then for group 3,
Okay.
thank you. For group 4.
Merci.
Okay. Now, everyone, remember that your presentation, the duration of your presentation will only be 1 minute. Yeah, not a minute. So make sure that your presentation is clear, short, but meaningful. Yeah, clear, short, but meaningful. Guys,
Okay, done. So shall we start the presentation time? Any volunteer?
which group?
Yes, group.
Who wants to go first with the presentation? Number 1.
Who wants to go first? No one? Then I'm gonna pick them.
Okay.
Can I pick the name? Okay, if you're ready. I love this word. Gratitude.
Gratitude.
Gratitude, okay?
For the gratitude, yes, you can
Okay.
come in front. Yeah, you can come in front. And you're going to take your decoration. You can stand here. Okay, you can stand. Oh, I think you can stand here so that you can display the decoration later with you. This is our first presenter from Group Gratitude. Wow, so cute. Thank you. Yes, you can start, everyone. Yep.
So the concept of our group is to depict the Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer in Christmas party. Because Christmas is approaching, so I want to show him some respect. That's what I'm saying. Thank you.
Okay. Do you want to add something? No? Okay. Thank you. Give applause to group one. Wow, there's something here. That's very cute.
Yeah, it's really veggie. Yeah? Where is the mashed potatoes, by the way?
Where's the best potato?
Mashed potatoes is gone, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, that's really okay. It's okay.
Now,
Second group, any
for the
volunteer?
second group, any volunteer?
Okay, that's
Okay,
good.
one.
The first group, yeah.
Let's welcome group one, and yeah, you can stand here. And then you can also show the other participants about your decoration.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. So, we from Group 1, we are going to present our plated meal. So, the center is the turkey because it is the main point of the celebration, as I guess. And also, we put some greens here to symbolize spring, like the harvest, to give thanks for the harvest. And also, there are small flowers over here. And yeah, that's it. And this is, and I think the tomatoes represent unlike a crowd, but this is like it's a festive event for those who celebrate. And mashed potato also because it's a significant ingredient for Thanksgiving party. We just did it like a ball potato balls. Yeah, that's our thing. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Wow, that's the thing. So every component here has its meaning, yeah? Every component here, each component here has its meaning. And they also make these flowers really like from the tomatoes and then from the carrot rolls.
Yeah, the turkey is only one slice, yeah. Diet, probably.
Okay, thank you for group one.
Yeah. Now, who's to go next?
Should we choose Kitty?
Sure. Choose Mr. Sun.
Yes, and then now, can we have from the last group, group one?
Mercy. Okay. Safira and siapa?
Olivia.
Mercy. Which one? It's healthy.
Wow, it's good. Olivia?
So actually, we don't think that our meal is an object or something, but we just try our best to decorate as like if we are going to give it to someone meaningful or special to us. So
So we decorated as best as we can. Thank you. Does everyone like pretty things? Pretty things. Okay. So we decorated as pretty as possible.
Thank you so much for this great. Like, thank you for this great for someone special for them. So I think they decorated in Colombia.
They're in love.
Thanksgiving, so it's about sharing love to our special ones.
Okay, this is from Mercy, and then the last group.
Yes. Group two, please. Okay. So let's welcome the presenters of group two. And this is the result, everyone.
So this is congratulations for our Thanksgiving. This may be homework for you, and this will be seen in your home. Yeah, so this is like the way to use it. Everyone when you have a feast, and then everyone takes their portion, and then this is how we do it. So that's our concept. Yes, thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. So what do you think about this decoration?
Well, it has turkey slices here. I probably like this.
It's very colorful. Yeah?
That's very colorful. The plate is good.
Okay.
Everything's good.
So we already have four presenters from 4 groups. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, so now thank you and congratulations for completing the game. The winner of plate decorating game will be announced soon today. And now we're almost at the end of our event. We would like to give special thanks to our stagers today, Ms. Alison Sigler, Guru Rumindari, and Pak Guru. Give a round of applause, please. Thank you so much. And
before we close the event, we'd like to invite Mrs. Kadi. Mrs. Kadi? So, Mrs. Kadi? Yes, to lead the closing prayer.
okay.
Okay, hello. Sorry, sister. Let all rise. Can we all stand up? Yeah, I will pray this one to give blessing to all of us. Okay, we'll do the prayer in Catholic way. So please support us in your religion of the Father and the Son, the Holy Spirit. Amen. We thank you, Lord, for your blessing, especially during this celebration, Lord. We are united because we are really thankful for your every single blessing that you give us, Lord, for the air that we breathe in every single day, Lord, for the friendship that we have with our friends and colleagues. And now we also really grateful, Lord, for the information, encouragement, new knowledge and experiences of celebrating this Thanksgiving. May we always be grateful to everything that you've given us, Lord, and grow in our faith and hope that, Lord, we will be more friendly to each other, cooperating to each other, Lord, that we can develop ourselves. We're going to also enjoy the food and all the food that you've given us, Lord. May you bless our lunch today so that it give us health especially during this pandemic. May you bless also those who join us virtually, Lord. They may not enjoy the mass with us, but we believe that they do also bless their ones, Lord, so that everybody will be grateful for your blessings. We pray this in the name of Jesus Christ, our Lord. Amen. Son, and Holy Spirit.
Thank you so much for being here. Wow, this is the house.
I think at the time we're glad to meet you all who on-site and online here. Don't forget to fill the status list. For the online participants, you put it in the chat box.
Yes, once again, don't forget to submit your attendance for our online participants, and we already sent you the Zoom form link in our Zoom chat box.
Also for the on-site participants, don't forget to fill in the attendance in progress, I think. Okay, thank you so much, and thank you for attending.
Thanksgiving celebration 2021. Let our hearts be full of thanks and giving. Bye, everyone.
Okay. For the on-site, probably you can eat here or you can directly go there.
Okay, for our on-site participants, you can directly go back to the room and then you can take one plate for your meal. Yes, we have kitchen towels.
Okay, can everybody do this guy?
Ayo, makan yang kenyang ya teman. For our on-site participants, don't forget that we are going to announce the later. So please stay with us until the end.
Bisa sini, HP-nya siapa?
HP-nya siapa? Guys,
And it's the simple things you do.
Perhaps Stephen can hear, you can
Follow.
no, I'm not bored.
All right. Sure.